Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Selena Hart, and today, June 16th, 2025, I invite you to join me for a moment of truth beneath the quiet currents of the cosmos. For Scorpio, this is not a day of fireworks or loud awakenings. It is a day of silent breakthroughs, of whispered clarity rising from the depths of your spirit. You're not unraveling, you're realigning. The doubts that once echoed through your mind are softening now, not because they've disappeared, but because you are finally ready to face them with steadiness and grace. As the moon in Virgo harmonizes with Uranus and Mercury dances with Pluto, your inner world becomes the stage for a profound recalibration. You may feel it as a subtle tug, a quiet voice, a flicker of insight in the stillness. This is your soul realigning with its truth. And in that stillness, something powerful awakens. So stay with me, dear Scorpio, as we journey through today's energies and uncover the silent magic unfolding within you. And what exactly is stirring beneath the surface, Scorpio? The sky holds the answer. On this June 16th, 2025, the moon in Virgo forms a harmonious trine with Uranus, unlocking your intuitive sight and flooding your system with quiet revelations. This is not the kind of chaos that turns your world upside down. It's the gentle rearranging of your internal furniture. You might find yourself craving new routines, clearing out clutter, or suddenly seeing a simple truth that had long been hiding in plain sight. There's a pulse of electricity in the air, subtle but unmistakable, urging you to make changes that feel aligned with your most authentic rhythm. Meanwhile, Mercury in Virgo aligns with Pluto in Capricorn, sharpening your mind like a blade honed by fire. This is a day when thoughts go deep and communication cuts to the core. If there are truths you've been avoiding about yourself, your relationships, or your desires, they may rise to the surface, asking not to be feared, but honored. It's the perfect energy for shadow work, writing from the soul, or even having a long overdue conversation that peels back layers to reveal what's real. You are not afraid of depth, Scorpio. In fact, it's where you come alive. And woven through all this is a lingering charge from Venus, still in opposition to Pluto, continuing its influence from the day before. This energy brings a magnetic pull toward intense emotional exchanges. Perhaps a resurfacing connection, a power dynamic being questioned, or a temptation to control what cannot be controlled. Love, attraction, and desire may feel heightened, but so too are the fears hiding underneath. Don't resist what's coming up. These emotional surges are not punishments. They're invitations to transform, to release the patterns that hold you back from experiencing intimacy in its most honest, raw, and healing form. The sky today doesn't scream for your attention, it whispers. But those whispers are powerful, Scorpio. They are the beginning of a shift you've been quietly preparing for. When it comes to finances today, Scorpio, you're not operating from impulse. You're operating from insight. With Mercury in Virgo trine Pluto, your mind is sharp, analytical, and future-focused. You're not interested in temporary gratification or fleeting wins. Instead, you're looking beneath the surface, identifying patterns and strategizing your next move with surgical precision. This is an ideal time to revise your budget, reevaluate your investments, or create a long-term plan that reflects your evolving values and goals. Luck for you today is not wild or accidental. It's subtle and earned, drawn to your discipline, your intuition, and your willingness to stay grounded when others are distracted. The universe is favoring those who think ahead and trust their quiet instincts, not those chasing short-term highs. Even if you're not seeing dramatic financial gains yet, there's a sense that something is aligning behind the scenes. Stay patient. Keep your eyes on the horizon and let your intuition guide you to the right opportunities. Your lucky numbers for June 16th are 8, May 17, May 29, 33, 46, 71. Let them be quiet symbols of alignment, reminding you that every choice you make today plants the seeds for abundance that will bloom in its own divine timing. In your professional life, Scorpio, today's cosmic alignments are asking for radical honesty. With Mercury's trine to Pluto, there's no room for illusions, only clarity. A truth you've been avoiding in your work life may finally rise to the surface. Perhaps it's a project that no longer serves your vision, a collaboration that has lost its spark, or a role that no longer reflects who you are becoming. Whatever it is, the universe isn't trying to punish you. It's giving you a mirror. And in that reflection, you'll see not failure, but growth. The moon's trine to Uranus gives you the courage to innovate, to step outside the box, and to consider a different path, one that aligns more closely with your evolving purpose. You may feel a quiet urge to pivot, to experiment, or to lay the groundwork for something that feels more aligned with your soul's truth. Don't ignore that urge. While others may cling to security, your power today lies in your willingness to adapt and evolve. This isn't about reckless change. It's about intentional transformation. If a chapter is closing, it's because something richer, wiser, and more authentic is waiting to begin. Trust your instincts, Scorpio. You were never meant to stay small. In matters of the heart, Scorpio today invites stillness over pursuit. With Venus continuing its opposition to Pluto, emotions run deep and old wounds may resurface, not to torment you, but to ask a sacred question. Have you truly let go? This is not a time to chase, to prove, or to fix. It's a time to observe, to feel, and to reflect. You may find yourself withdrawing, not out of fear, but from a deep intuitive knowing that clarity is born in silence. This cosmic tension stirs the sediment at the bottom of your emotional ocean. Unresolved feelings or patterns you thought were behind you may reappear, seeking your attention. But the medicine isn't in reattachment, it's in recognition. Can you hold the memory without letting it control you? Can you acknowledge the hurt without letting it define your future? Mercury trine Pluto offers a chance for honest communication, perhaps with a partner, perhaps with yourself. Love today is less about action and more about awareness. Let yourself step back without guilt and allow your heart to speak in its own time. Because the love you're seeking, whether reconciliation, connection, or closure, begins with inner peace. And today, that peace is possible if you're brave enough to simply listen. When it comes to your well-being, Scorpio, today's skies are whispering one thing loud and clear: tend to your inner world. With Mercury and Virgo trine Pluto, your mental and spiritual health are deeply intertwined. This transit brings heightened sensitivity to your environment and thoughts, meaning that any lingering stress, emotional clutter, or unspoken tension may begin to manifest physically through disrupted sleep, digestive discomfort, or a sense of fatigue that seems to come from nowhere. Rather than pushing through or numbing out, allow yourself to slow down and listen. Your body is not the enemy. It's the messenger. This is a powerful day to incorporate grounding rituals, meditation, breath work, journaling, or even quiet time in nature. Let these practices act as a gentle detox for your nervous system. They don't have to be dramatic, just intentional. You don't need to fix everything today, Scorpio. You simply need to honor your energy, give yourself permission to unplug, to rest without guilt, and to come back to your center. In this sacred stillness, your strength is not only restored, it's reborn. Within the realm of family and close connections, Scorpio, today's energy may stir the waters that have long been still. With Mercury trine Pluto, communication becomes a channel for transformation, especially with those you hold dear. A conversation that has been avoided, postponed, or buried beneath politeness may now rise to the surface, asking to be heard. And when it does, it may carry a truth that shakes the ground beneath you, but also frees something within you. Don't fear the intensity. As a Scorpio, you were born to navigate the emotional underworld with grace. What comes up today, even if uncomfortable, has the potential to heal long-standing wounds and restore a sense of authenticity to your relationships. This is not about blame, it's about release, about finally saying what your soul has been whispering and allowing others the same space to be real with you. The moon's trine to Uranus adds an unexpected twist. What you thought would create tension could actually lead to a surprising sense of closeness. Vulnerability today is your superpower. Trust that even if emotions run high, the truth will bring clarity, and that clarity will bring connection. Let the walls come down. Let the truth breathe. In the realm of connection, Scorpio, today's energies guide you toward those who truly understand your emotional depth. With the moon in Virgo and Mercury trine Pluto, you're craving meaningful exchanges and soulful presence, not small talk or surface level ties. You'll likely feel most in sync with Cancer, who mirrors your emotional sensitivity and offers quiet comfort. Capricorn brings the grounded strength you need, stable, reliable, and emotionally mature. And with Pisces, there's a spiritual resonance, a soft space where intuition and unspoken understanding flow with ease. These are the connections that nourish you. Let them in, let them grow. Today, Scorpio, your lucky color is charcoal gray, a shade that speaks to your strength and stillness. As Mercury aligns with Pluto and the moon moves through earthly Virgo, this color becomes more than aesthetic. It becomes energetic armor. It grounds your thoughts, sharpens your focus, and offers a quiet shield against emotional overwhelm. Charcoal gray carries the wisdom of shadows without fear. It helps you stay composed, discerning, and deeply anchored in your truth, especially when the world around you feels chaotic or emotionally charged. Wear it, visualize it, or keep it close. Let it remind you that power doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes it's found in restraint, reflection, and the clarity that comes from within. With Mercury trine Pluto, you're being called to meet change, not with resistance, but with presence. This mantra is your reminder that even the most profound shifts can unfold gently when guided by truth. Repeat it when emotions rise or doubts return. Let it ground you in calm strength, and trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is part of a deeper becoming. And so, dear Scorpio, if today felt quiet, it was meant to be. The universe is not always loud when it's guiding you. Sometimes it arrives as a hush between thoughts, a breath between heartbeats, a moment of stillness that tells you everything you need to know. You didn't need a sign in the sky to know you're changing. You feel it in your bones, in the way certain things no longer call your name, and in the way your soul has stopped asking for permission. That is growth. That is transformation. And it rarely announces itself with noise. It simply becomes who you are. Today was never about achieving, fixing, or conquering. It was about remembering, about reclaiming the parts of yourself that you tucked away because you thought they were too much, too deep, too sensitive. But here's the truth. Those very parts of you, the ones that feel everything, question everything, long for more, they are your magic. So if the world feels slower right now, let it be. If your heart is speaking softly, don't rush it. And if you find yourself craving solitude more than spotlight, know that it's not retreat, but realignment. You are not falling behind, you are falling inward. And in that inward fall, you are rising towards something more honest, more whole, more I see you, Scorpio. I honor your courage, your tenderness, and your ability to stay present even when no one's watching. This is your evolution. And it doesn't need applause, it needs reverence. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'll be here again tomorrow when the stars shift and new truths come to light. Until then, hold your silence like a prayer, your truth like a torch, and your journey like the sacred spiral it has always been.